my golly, we didn't believe that. That is awesome. Thank you.
This exquisite porcelain vase exudes timeless elegance with its graceful silhouette and delicate ornamentation. A porcelain vase made by the artist Arthur Conant Rookwood from the firm of Rookwood. It was a big pottery in Cincinnati, and they started in 1880. In the firm of Rookwood Pottery, they have many other works than this one, so the expert will be going to show the bottom of the vase. The guest got it from her dad's estate. The markings on this porcelain vase tell a story of its origin and creator. The C in a box represents the artist Arthur Conant, the XXI for 1921, and the number below that, which is the number of that shape. The vase has a lot of that star background. It also has texture. The guest and the expert described what she noticed in the vase. The expert values them around $4,000 to $6,000.
Oh my golly, we didn't believe that. That is awesome. Thank you.
What? Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
These are hand drawings made by the guest's brother and dad, which were sent to the players who would sign them.
My dad would take these pictures and he would send them to the teams. And the players would get them, they would sign them, autograph them, and maybe write a little note.
They were made about the time when the guest was 8 years old, when he would be watching football games with his dad and brother. They are several in-action scenes of things you would normally see in magazines or sports illustrations of the day. There are several drawings of NFL Hall of Famers like Jim Brown, O.J. Simpson, Steve Owens, and George Webster. For a football fan, this would be an amazing piece to have, with about 25 Jim Brown signed pieces and a total of about 35 of these signed drawings, with Jim Brown signed drawings being very significant. The value for this collection is about
$3,000 to $4,000.
What?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds very interesting.
45.
But I'm not at all interested in selling it.
That's okay.
This is a brooch that is an Art Deco piece from around 1920. The guest acquired the brooch in Manhattan around 40 years ago. The Art Deco jewelry is of geometric patterns, floral motifs, and black and white color schemes. The brooch is a pear-shaped diamond with a black onyx, enamel accents, and floral work.
This is a great brooch because you have so many Art Deco ideas.
An armor at the top is another great thing this brooch has. The brooch is unsigned but numbered, suggesting it came from a well-known maker.
I don't know who it was, but it was someone that took the time to number the piece.
It's a convertible pendant brooch with a moving element. The appraiser mentions the high interest this brooch would generate among collectors. The appraiser estimates the brooch's value to be between $18,000 and $22,000 at auction.
That sounds very interesting.
45.
But I'm not at all interested in selling it.
That's okay.
The guest inherited a lamp base from his family, unsure of its value or origin.
The only thing I know about it is it was given to them from winter colonists that come to Aiken, South Carolina over winter.
He believed it was from the 1920s or 1930s and accompanied a Tiffany shade they still have. The lamp is made by Caldwell and Company Peace, a lighting company founded in 1895. The company was founded by E.F. Caldwell and went out of business in 1959. Known for decorative metalwork, they produced all sorts of lighting of different styles. The lamp, made around 1915 to 1925, featured a unique green verdigris surface meant to mimic aged bronze. The design incorporated various artistic influences, and Caldwell lamps were known for their quality and presence in prestigious locations. If this item was to come up for auction currently, it would sell for approximately
$2,000 to $3,000.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
The guest inherited this Chinese embroidery from her grandfather, who got it in Beijing after the Boxer Rebellion. The family believe it depicted the Empress Dowager. However, it's a celestial beauty likely holding a vase that would contain the elixir of long life, which is a popular motif in Chinese works of art. She's also flanked by celestial attendants with attributes of show or long life, and a pendant here with the show symbol of long life. Also, the peaches here are representatives of long life. While the missing painted face on the embroidery might be due to its delicate nature, the story of removing it to hide the Empress's identity is unlikely. This would have been something hung in a merchant upper-middle-class Chinese family with its good color. The estimated value of this item is at
$1,000 to $1,500.
This Newcomb College vase was brought to the show by this guest who inherited it from her mother. As a special piece with much fascinating historical precedents behind its production, the vase was made with indigenous American flowers at Newcomb College. Beneath the vase is a CN mark that indicates Newcomb, as well as an AFS mark that identifies the maker as Anna Frances Simpson, an American impressionist and modern artist born in 1880. The vase possesses all the attributes of a splendid work of art and carvings evocative of the beautiful creations of Newcomb College's carving mastery. The appraiser values this vase at around $2,500 to $3,500.
That's exciting.
Thanks a lot for bringing it in and giving us a chance to hear this story.
Thank you.
This table has been passed down through the guest's family, with roots tracing back to colonial times in the Baltimore area.
Okay.
So it's a Pennsylvania table made in the George II style. So in England in the 18th century, this tilt-top table was all the rage.
This table was crafted from fine quality mahogany. The mechanism allowed the table to tilt, indicating its original design. Evidence of refinishing was visible on the back rail, with a discrepancy in color between the rail and the table's top. Despite some inconsistencies, the table featured a beautifully carved standard and tripod base. Victoria-era additions, such as snake legs with pad feet, were likely added around 1880 to enhance the table's aesthetics. Considering the restored condition, the appraiser estimated the table's value at $1,500 to $2,500. The guest seemed to agree with the price. The guest brought 2 glass vases to the show, which her grandfather inherited from his parents and passed down to her. Interestingly, each glass vase represents a different phase of Tiffany's company history. The curved glass vase, made in 1894, signifies the beginning of the company. The V-shaped piece, crafted in 1920, marks a period when the company was nearing closure. The V-shaped glass handle was made with copper, painted in a statuary bronze color. The appraiser values the first vase at around $3,000 to $4,000, and the other piece is about $500 to $800. The guest brought an inscribed photo and book by John F. Kennedy to the show. John Fitzgerald Kennedy, often referred to as JFK, was an American politician who served as the 35th President of the United States. JFK authored the book Profiles in Courage during his tenure as a U.S. Senator. Notably, the book features a significant inscription by John F. Kennedy on its first page. The photograph is a portrait of John F. Kennedy during his early life stages. The appraiser estimates the value of both the photograph and the book to be around $5,000 each. The guest brought to the show a Seth Thomas pillar and scroll clock, which he purchased during his service. The clock was made by the Seth Thomas Clock Company, founded by Seth Thomas. Seth Thomas was born in Walcott, Connecticut in 1785 and started the clock business in the year 1807. Interestingly, this clock is a pillar column and scroll with reverse-painted glass and was made in the year 1820. During this period, only the wealthy could afford a grandfather clock, so the manufacture of this clock ushered in an era of affordability and pioneered the brand of grandfather clock that commoners could afford at that time. Underneath the clock, there's an inscription featuring the trademark of the Seth Thomas Company, showcasing its historical significance. The appraiser values the clock to be worth around $600. The guest brought 2 watercolor sketches related to the movie Gone with the Wind. They both belong to her father-in-law, a sketch artist who had worked on the movie.
Gone with the Wind was one of the movies, several movies.
The 1939 film not only won Best Picture, but Vivien Leigh also won Best Actress. Pre-production started in 1936, and these pre-production sketches helped visualize the ideas of David O. Selznick. The signed sketch by Joseph Hayes Goodwin shows a scene from the movie and is dated 1939, while the other unsigned sketch shows the burning of Atlanta. While unsigned sketches generally fetch less, the burning of the Atlanta scene is a highly sought-after subject due to its popularity in the movie. The estimated value of the signed sketch is at
$1,000 to $10,000.
And the unsigned burning of Atlanta sketch is worth as much as
$15,000.
Oh, wow. Great. That's wonderful.
The guest inherited a California map from his great-grandfather, a 49er who came west to search for gold. Most maps created in those first years were promotional, sometimes produced on the East Coast, and rarely had a great deal of knowledge about the actual parameters of what became the state of California. This map by early San Francisco lithographers, Britton and Ray, was prized for its accuracy, especially the border region with Utah, now Nevada. It was one of their earliest renditions of the state, and as such, not all the details are accurate. While these minor inaccuracies exist, like misplaced Lake Tahoe, the map's rarity is due to its use by miners and the resulting wear and tear.
Tahoe they call Pyramid Lake, and it seems like it's a little farther north than where it normally would be.
No such maps have been offered at auction for over 30 years, and only a few reside in institutions. The estimated value is at
$10,000 to $15,000, and could well sell for a great deal more.
The guest inherited a hunting knife from her great-grandfather, a soldier who supposedly acquired it in Mexico. Despite the family story, the knife was actually made in Yukon, or on the Yukon-Alaska border. It was actually made by Athapascan-speaking tribes, probably a tribe by the name of Gwich'in, and were used by men as hunting knives and hunting daggers. These extraordinary daggers were crafted from Old English files, with the beautiful fluting of the blade and these wonderful curlicues. The intricately crafted blade and sheath pointed to its origin, along with the use of Russian trade beads that dated it to around 1850. The valuable dentalium shells, only found off Vancouver Island, further indicated the owner's importance. While not linked to Pancho Villa, the estimated value of the knife and sheath together is
$5,000, and I think together as a pair, probably in the neighborhood of $8,000 to $10,000.
Oh my gosh.
The guest brought 4 Meissen figurines, 2 bought in New York before 1960 and 2 from Prescott, Arizona in 1973. The guest specifically liked these figurines because they depicted people in contemporary clothing, unlike the usual fancy or historical figures Meissen was known for. Meissen was known for making figurines that were very fancy and froofy, with ladies in fancy dresses and foppish gentlemen in frilly clothes. Then, after the turn of the 20th century, they started making figurines showing people in the dress of the period. These 2 figurines were designed by Alfred Koenig around the year 1910, while the babies were by Conrad Henschel in 1905. They all have the same Meissen mark, which was used until 1924. Despite a decline in figurine popularity, this specific tile by Meissen retained its value due to its appeal to modern tastes. The 2 baby figurines designed by Conrad Henschel is valued at
$1,500 to $2,000 each.
The taller figurine by Alfred Koenig has some damage but remains valuable due to its rarity and is estimated at
$2,000 and $3,000.
The guest bought 2 bird paintings in London 40 years ago, originally framed in a heavy wooden frame with acidic paper backing. Originally thought to be Chinese paintings, this type of painting is characteristic of a group of works done under the auspices of the East India Company. They are company school paintings, watercolors created by Indian artists under British influence during the 18th and 19th centuries. These extraordinary pieces are dated from about 1800 to 1820. While the origin city is uncertain, they likely depicted botanical subjects and birds, a common theme in such paintings. The reframing revealed perfect shadows of the birds due to the acidic paper protecting them for over 100 years. Despite being cut down and yellowed, the estimated retail value of these items is
$4,000 at a retail price.
Oh, that's wonderful.
If you went to a shop to buy them for the pair.
Have to find somebody with small enough wrists.
Yes. Are you going to keep adding to it?
Here we have a collection of Victorian Posy holders that belong to the guest's mother. They are all really incredible items, and they are the creme de la creme of his mother's collection. These Victorian Posy holders were made for Victorian young ladies to carry their flowers without soiling their leather gloves. This is a really remarkable piece, made of gold with the most beautiful filigree work with a Chinese origin. It was made between 1860 and 1880, but the workmanship on it is incredible and truly exquisite. This is another unique gold one, set with semi-precious stones, with a bloodstone as the handle and amethyst at the base.
And on the cover, the monogram of Queen Victoria.
Then we have this interesting one with some little hallmarks on it, made in Russia, 14-karat gold, and in its original case. This one, however, is probably Indian because its filigree work is very typical and the Posy holder comes with a stand so it can be put down. It's very difficult to put a value on these because they don't come up very often. However, at auction, the gold ones will sell for
around £2,000 each.
The silver ones and the other ones will sell for
£500 and £1,000 each.
Have to find somebody with small enough wrists.
Yes, are you going to keep adding to it?
The guest bought an unusual item, but despite it missing a piece, it could still be identified as a fishbowl stand. The missing part, likely a gallon goldfish bowl, would complete the picture. Surprisingly, although the children depicted are Dutch, the stand itself was made in Bohemia, modern-day Czech Republic, around 1900. The Bohemias were strong in their potteries, but even stronger in their glassworks, with about 300 glassworks as of the time. While the guest initially thought it was metal, it is actually painted earthenware, made to look like bronze.
Because in Austria at that time, they were making cold painted bronzes very, very similar.
It's a very detailed piece. If you turn it around, you will see the little eggs and the little bow. At auction, this piece is estimated to be around
anywhere around 3-4, it may even make £500 plus. It's anybody's guess.
My wife does more to sell it.
I should hope not. I should hope.
I don't think I'll be wearing it to any PTA meetings. Thank you.
This stunning necklace holds a captivating history, originating from a romantic gesture during a New York honeymoon in the mid-1870s. The guest's great-grandfather, enchanted by a piece worn by an opera singer, arranged with Tiffany and Company to acquire it for the guest's great-grandmother. Dating back to the archaeological revival period around 1876, the necklace features and bead designs reflect the popular styles of the time. The necklace's design includes patented alternating panels for added dimension, with a hook that once held a locket, and is likely crafted from 18-karat gold. Notably, this period marks Tiffany's shift from a vendor to a designer and manufacturer of its jewelry. While previously appraised at a depressed value of $10,000 in the 1970s, its value today is estimated to range between $40,000 to $50,000.
I don't think I'll be wearing it to any PTA meetings. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's quite something. Thank you so much. I don't know what else to say.
The guest brings a fantastic ring to the show. The ring belonged to the guest's great-great-grandmother who passed away in 1912.
Days, and she died in 1912, that they weren't given engagement rings. I have a portrait of her, and she has her wedding ring on, but this ring is not there.
The ring is a platinum, diamond, and sapphire ring from the Edwardian period. The ring has a milligrain setting, old European cut diamonds, and an oval-shaped cut sapphire. The sapphire is the most important aspect of the ring.
And when I saw that sapphire, my eyes lit up, much like that sapphire appears to light up in the setting.
Sapphires from the Kashmir region are considered the most valuable due to their rarity and quality. A landslide in 1880 revealed sapphire deposits in Kashmir, India. The Maharaja of India claimed the mine, and it was depleted within 5 years. Burmese sapphires are another possibility, but less valuable than Kashmir sapphires. The appraiser estimates the ring's value to be between $40,000 and $60,000 if it's a Burmese sapphire. If it's a cashmere sapphire,
$100,000 and $150,000.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's quite something. Thank you so much. I don't know what else to say.
The guest and her mother found this beautiful perfume lamp at a Parisian flea market in 1967, captivated by its winter scene. It's a Down Brothers cameo glass and enamel piece, inventory 5597, circa 910, depicting a scene of Holland Dutch windmills in a winter. The Down brothers were from Nancy, France, and they started off making general household items, dishes, and glassware, later progressing into making art glass, much like the one we have here. While the lamp's original function wasn't very popular due to the exposed cord, its true purpose was a perfume diffuser that warmed the fragrance with a light bulb. The perfume is put into the glass vessel with the hot bulb in it and gives you fragrances through it. However, the current retail value is
$5,000 to $7,000.
Oh my Lord. That's wonderful.